From the combined crew of blindandroidusers.com and accessibleandroid.com, it's time for your favorite Android podcast. Kick back now and enjoy another fine episode from these fanboys and gals as they navigate Android from a blindness perspective. And now, here's your crew.
Hello and welcome to episode 257 of the Blind Android Users podcast. I'm Ed Green and I'm here today with Warren Carr, John Dyer, Kirin Kuan and Sally Kunduz, and we are coming to you on Saturday, the 8th of November, 2025. On this week's episode, I'm delighted to say that for our Spotlight section, we are joined again by CEO and co-founder of InnoSearch AI, Patrick Long, to catch us up with what's been going on over there, and particularly to talk about their new Android app. And for an app of the week, Warren is going to demonstrate Sora by OpenAI, which lets you create videos from text. Well, how are we all? Kirin, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. Things are okay here. Actually, we're having some hot weather, which is not good actually, but yeah, it was like summer. Yeah, like we weren't expecting this, but yeah, but things are okay.
Glad to hear it. Sorry about the weather. We've had quite a lot of rain here, which is disappointing. Sally, I am very much enjoying all this Turkish officials in football at the minute. This is absolutely crazy. I see loads of them have gone on the run as well. How are you?
Well, it's absolutely crazy, and the investigations are getting deeper and deeper. Even some players are involved in this scandal. So let's see what's going to happen. Like, it's totally madness. Yeah.
Maybe
Besides
Mourinho
that,
had a point when he was at Fener. Maybe that was
yeah. Besides that, I mean, this week's been pretty much rainy, but today it's like really nice weather. It was like 21, or in other words, it's 69. So it was a great weather to go out, but I didn't go out. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
How are you,
John? Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Fairly busy week, work-wise. Felt like a long week. And I wasn't on last Saturday, but Friday prior to that, we had a good Halloween with little child and lots of sweets. So that was good. John, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We got a little bit sick this week, so been feeling under the weather. But other than that, it's been a pretty good week. Just want to say it's good to have you back. This is the first episode we've been on together since your return. So
that is true, actually. Yeah, because you were at you had a party or something, didn't you? You were out anyway when I was back last time. So thank you very much. It's great. It's great to be back. Yeah, and then we had the annoying time change, which, depending on which one it is, takes me out for a week or so, which is always annoying. And Warren, what's happening in Washington State?
We're not doing too bad. And talking about Kirin is saying it's kind of getting hotter in there. Kirin, could that be that you're kind of getting a little bit hotter, something? I'm just a little bit curious here, but I thought you've always been hot. Anyway, joking aside though. So today looks like we got some sunshine out there. I mean, currently it's like 38 degrees and we're going to be up to like 51 degrees. But previous days kind of been very rainy and soggy. I hate that kind of feeling. But today, though, the sun is out, even though it's not going to be as high as the other days where it was like 55 degrees and rainy or whatever, at least 51. But the sun is out there. Other than that, I'm doing okay. Having some fun. Lots of walnuts falling in my yard because my walnut tree finally started producing fruits, and so got lots of walnuts in the yard. And yesterday I was cracking some of those. They're really good.
Oh, that does sound good. I do like a walnut.
And now, the announcement segment. This is a segment dedicated to things we want you to be in the know. And now for this week's episode, here's your announcements.
And now we move to our announcements section, and we've got a special birthday coming up, haven't we, Warren?
we indeed have a special birthday coming on. We're turning 5. In other words, blind Android users will be turning 5 on December the 20th of this year. So we're looking forward to that. Guys, we want to make that day a very special day, remembering all sorts of things. We will be remembering Austin, and we'll be remembering when we got started and all of that. And along the way, this great crew, we need to kind of celebrate this great crew as well. Something we often talk less about because we need to give credit where credit is due. So I want you guys to come on, join us that time to just really celebrate the talent of this great podcast crew that we have, as well as the longevity that we've had ever since we got started. So we're looking forward to this birthday coming up on December the 20th. It's going to be a Saturday, the same time that we record. We'll be sending out announcements, guys, and we'll be reminding you on every episode prior to keep you abreast of what's going on so that you'll be joining us. So looking forward to seeing you guys on that December 20th of this year.
Yeah, keep an eye out across all the channels for a link.
Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight.
For our Spotlight section, I'm delighted to say again, we are joined by Patrick Long, CEO and co-founder of InnoSearch AI. Patrick, how are you? It's been 8 to 9 months since we last spoke, I think.
Yeah, I know it's been quite a while, and I told you guys all I be back once the Android app is out. So now it is, and here I am.
Yeah, and I think a lot else has happened in the intervening months. The world moves quickly when it comes to AI, unless, of course, you're a JAWS Home Annual user, in which case it doesn't, because you get 0 requests for the Page Explorer feature, so enjoy those. But before we get onto the app, you've had some other new stuff, haven't you? Don't US people get takeout now on InnoSearch AI, I think?
Yeah, there's quite a few things. Now you can book flights, you can order food and groceries in all 50 states within the United States. We also have a voice AI shopping line, 1-855 Shop GPT. Been really doing a lot, also working very closely with a lot of businesses as well. Recently, we've been rolling out that accessibility layer AI that we use on InnoSearch, but also now sharing the technology with various nonprofits, government agencies, other businesses, e-commerce, just really a lot. And we also allow now anyone to list items on InnoSearch. So you can also create a storefront on InnoSearch. So for those that are a little more entrepreneurial, you can have your own store on InnoSearch, and you'll have all the great features, all the great AI enhancements, and also potentially get access to a new audience, right? So really a lot. And again, I'm happy to dive deeper into any one of those if you guys want.
Great. And the other thing, Patrick, I know certainly in the UK, there's a UK phone number now as well, which is great. I can't offhand remember it, but if you if listeners are interested in that in the UK, you can certainly go find that on the app, which we'll get to in a minute, or the website, I think. So that's really good.
Yeah, the phone line is in the UK. You're 100% right. We also have the phone line in Australia. We also have the phone line in Canada. Of course, in the US. That's where I'm from. But yeah, the phone line is there. You can dial it. It's 24/7. It has access to the entire catalog based on your local country, right? And then it can do everything from the product discovery to asking questions about the product, to the checkout, payment, and then ultimately the shipping. And it's all tied to your phone number, right? So you don't actually have to create another account or do any of that. You just dial. The phone number is basically your quote unquote login. And yeah, it's very smooth and simple. If you guys want, I'm happy to demo it a little bit as well. Yeah, if it fits this podcast.
And payments are secure, presumably on the phone, are they? That's not something anyone needs to worry about.
Yeah, so how it works, and I'll show you if we have some time, but it basically connects to Stripe, right? So it's a complete third party. We don't do any of that on the InnoSearch side. Stripe is the one that will process the transaction. And again, they're one of the largest payment providers worldwide with over $1 trillion of transaction volume each and every year. And so they use the latest and greatest technology to make sure the payment is safe. So I wouldn't be too worried. We also don't store any of that when you process it using the phone. So each time, unfortunately, when you call, you will have to enter that payment information, but we do that for security reasons, right? We don't want anyone picking up your phone and dialing and just ordering like something crazy like a TV, right? We definitely wouldn't want that. So you'll have to re-enter it each and every time, but that's again only when you shop by phone.
Excellent. And one other thing you mentioned I was interested in, you talked about an accessibility layer. Can you remind or tell us what that is?
Yeah, so InnoSearch operates as an accessibility layer, right? So we're not the end retailer, rather we're the technology, if you will, that sits between you as the consumer and the business. So we make it very simple and easy for you to access key information that you need when you're completing the shopping task, right? Or when you're trying to do checkout, we're that technology layer that makes it super accessible and super usable, right? We're calling that technology now co-browse, right? And we can also bring it to business, bring it to nonprofits. It's just a one single line of code that you could add to your website. And then now you would have all the functionality of co-browse, and that could help you basically navigate the website. It makes your website talk, right? It gives it a brain, if you will. So it can search for items for you. It can move your mouse and click on the things that you need, right? Any inaccessible elements that's not navigatable using your screen reader, you can call on co-browse to assist you. It's like having a buddy sitting next to you as you're browsing the web page, right? It can help you out and basically be your eyes, if you will, and find things that might be inaccessible.
And am I right in thinking that needs to be instigated by the website owner rather than the end user, or is there anything the end user can do?
That's correct. So right now it's for primarily the business. However, we are working on actually a workplace version that could be installed onto your browser in the form of a plugin, right? So we're thinking this can also have, help for people that need a productivity lift, right, as they're working, right? Let's say they're going through training at work, right? It could be inaccessible. So this could be another tool, right, to help, the blind and low vision really, get access to more job opportunities even, right? So we are really thinking outside the box where we can take this technology, because we very much believe that the potential is huge. The phone line has been a massive success. A lot of people have loved it. And we're just trying to see where else we can take this. Potentially, I think even it can help people apply for jobs, right? Like, I mean, shopping, I feel, is one of the most complex things. There's literally billions of products. The AI has to sift through and find the best one for you. But I mean, a job board, I mean, how many listings are there, right? I think that could be another great deployment and really make that job application process easy, right, for people, that are blind and low vision.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously employment's a big issue in the blindness community, where rates are very low. So anything that removes barriers to entry to the employment market or to progression, I think, is definitely something to be welcomed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said.
And I think it's important to point out the way you guys have this set up, this system, because you correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but you actually have agreements with all these retailers that you're using through InnoSearch. And the reason why that's so important is because Perplexity's been in the news lately. Amazon is very upset with their AI. They're trying to do something similar where they have their browser try to shop for people, and Amazon's very upset about it. So I think it's important to point out that you actually have these, this setup with the retailers for what you guys are doing.
Well, I will say, slight correction. We have some agreements in place, not all, right? Again, there's 500,000 retailers, and it's challenging, obviously, to manage just that many relationships, right? So for some of them,
Yeah, sure.
unfortunately, we do not have at the moment. But again, if they want to talk, right, at the end of the day, we are very, very collaborative, right?
Yeah,
We have conversations going with Amazon, with Walmart, all the big guys, obviously. But again, for smaller ones, sometimes getting the manpower to manage that many relationships is challenging. But we very much are collaborative. At the end of the day, we just want to build an accessible, equal access experience for all, right? And
that makes
so
sense.
absolutely, we want to connect and work something out if needed, right? So definitely want to make it happen with everybody.
Now, Patrick, just in case someone is hearing us for the very first time, and I don't know why that would be, but of course we have new people coming in all the time. I know I did a little demonstration of the app last week, but maybe if you could give us a 30-second summary of what InnoSearch is all about, just in case someone is hearing us for the very first time. What is it all about? And just give it to us in that 30-second snapshot of what InnoSearch is.
Yeah, great. We should have probably started off with that, right?
Well, fine. Yeah, we're assuming that people have been listening, but sometimes you got new people coming in all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So InnoSearch is really an AI-driven accessibility platform. We have a strong focus on consumers, making it very easy for them to shop and access key digital services online. So, for example, for the blind and low vision, we make it super easy, super simple, super screen reader compatible for you to access over 500,000 retailers, browse over 1 billion products, all in an accessible format. So we remove all the clutter, right? Things like animations, unlabeled buttons. We take all of that out. So when you're navigating, you get a really smooth and seamless experience. So you can do shopping, you can do flight booking, right? So our flight booking service has all domestic, all international carriers. We have integrations with things like Google Flights, Expedia, among many others, to get to the best possible pricing. It's also optimized for people with disabilities, so you can also submit your guide dog information, for example, or request special assistance once you get to the airport. So it's really geared towards that demographic, and we make it super simple and easy. You never have to struggle to look for the customer service number, right? You can just, our team actually takes care of that back and forth for you on the back end. So just make it very simple and easy. And recently, like I mentioned, I think in the beginning of the call, we also added food and grocery delivery in all 50 states. So unfortunately, this is only right now in the United States, but through our partner Grubhub, we're able to give food and grocery delivery in an accessible manner. So when you search for some food or groceries, it's, again, very accessible, very screen reader friendly. You'll find you can see the menus. Some people actually don't even order the food. They just use our service to see what menu their nearby restaurants are. And you can definitely do that. And so it's, just a really great platform geared towards the blind and low vision. Just make it very accessible and very easy. And there's many other ways of, interacting with InnoSearch as well, like co-browse if you're a business, accessible storefront. But first and foremost, we're a consumer platform to help people get access to those key digital services.
Patrick, let's talk about the app. Thanks so much for that little explanation, because as indicated, it could be someone joining us or hearing us for the very first time. And so let's talk about the app itself. And I know we've been talking here prior to you coming in. There's some oddities that we saw, especially there on the top left corner of the app. We have the back button that, is like a bridge to nowhere. For example, whether I'm in the Eat tab and I tap that back, it should take me back to the previous tab or whatever, to the shop tab or whatever, but it doesn't do any of that. And secondly, if I'm on a given tab, for example, let's say I'm in the profile tab, or let's say I'm in the it tab. So I should be able to swipe with 2 fingers from the middle of the phone, either swipe left to go to the next tab to the right of that, which should take me there, or swipe from left to right to go to the previous tab. None of that is working. So whoever's working on the app, maybe in the next update, they should try to see if it could be implemented to where people can swipe through the tabs, to change tabs without the need of tabbing on the actual tab at the bottom, and also getting rid of that back button there on the top left corner that goes nowhere. It's just one of the things we were talking about. So we just want to bring that to your attention.
Yeah, first, thank you so much for that. And although this is not an excuse, okay, by any means, but the app hasn't been quote unquote officially released. We've been teasing it a bit, and actually we were pressed on a live AMA on Facebook, and that's why I said, oh yeah, we do have the app. Technically it's out, but we're still doing a lot of accessibility testing and polishing. So that's why we haven't officially announced it to our mailing list and then like a press release and everything. So yeah, it's sort of quote unquote beta. So
I got it. Yeah, so that,
yeah.
that makes sense. So it's basically a beta. So actually, for a beta app, I would say it's actually doing well then. So we'll be looking forward to these changes. But this is why, Patrick, you should have invited us into that beta earlier on. I'm giving you a bad time here because when we talked with you last time, I said, Patrick, when you're getting ready to do an app for it, be sure to let the crew of blind Android users in for the beta testing. And so you didn't. So now we're giving you a bad time.
Oh, no, it's okay.
You're in it. You're in it right now.
I'm in it. Everybody's in it.
Yeah. So
I wanted that exclusive.
So what's the best way to provide feedback to the developers of the app? Is there a way to do it through the app? Should we send an email to a certain place? What's the best way?
The best way I would say is through support, SUPPORT at InnoSearch, INNO, search, SEARCH.ai, or you can email me directly as well. I'm Patrick, PATRICK at InnoSearch.ai, and we monitor the email 24/7. Every single email gets read and replied to. So just drop us a note. If you have something specific you want to show us, we're also happy to set up some screen share or whatever, so you can sort of show us where exactly it is. But absolutely, we would love feedback, or good or bad, right, from the blind Android users group. I know you guys are really wonderful and really great at that. So any pointers to make it even more accessible, even better, we would love to hear it.
The shopping season is coming up upon us here, Patrick. Soon it'll be Black Friday. Looking forward to Black Friday. John, Amazon. I know you, Amazon King.
It's already Black Friday. Black Friday starts in September now, doesn't it?
Exactly. So I'm kind of looking at that coming on, Patrick. So I know we kind of touched on this a while back, but just as a refresher, what would be the return process in the event that someone uses InnoSearch to buy a product and realizes that maybe the product is not what they wanted or something was wrong with it? How do they go about returning that product using InnoSearch as the platform they bought that product from?
Yeah, it's very simple. And basically, you just can email our support team. Support, SUPPORT at InnoSearch.ai. You can also request a return directly in your InnoSearch account portal. Right? You can go to your orders, navigate to the order that you had placed, and then you can initiate a return there as well. And the return process is exactly the same wherever you purchase from. Our team actually will figure out the exact instructions, obtain a shipping label if that's what they need. Like get all the information to you via email and send you the simple instructions on how to return. And we do this actually by design so that the experience is standardized each and every time. You know exactly what to expect, right? The button is the button where it always is. The email is the email where it always is, because we know that every retailer has a different process, right? And that process, I mean, for at least me, I mean, it's very frustrating, right? Because some people, they really like to hide their support email many pages down or through a few menu clicks, and it makes it impossible, right, for us to actually initiate a return. So at InnoSearch, we standardize the process. It's the same way each and every time. You can either do it through your orders page, request a return there, or you can just email us, tell us the order number, what item you like to return, and we'll send you the instructions.
And will that shipping label be an InnoSearch shipping label, or will it be, say, a retailer specific shipping label? Where does the return actually go to?
It will go directly to the retailer, not to us.
Yeah.
We don't have a warehouse or anything, right? We're just that. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. One of the things I'm interested in is the takeout option. Obviously, we were talking last time we were on, I think, about how quickly you get things like shipping information for an order from say an Amazon, and you said kind of, the user gets it when you get it. Obviously, takeaway or takeout tends to be somewhat more time sensitive than something you might order through traditional retail. Is there any significant delay in ordering takeout via InnoSearch through Grubhub, or is it as quick pretty much as ordering through Grubhub?
Yeah, it's pretty much just quick. We have an automated way to route the order to them pretty much immediately. I've ordered food personally from our own service, and yeah, I mean, it comes as if we're gonna order from the actual app myself. So it's pretty seamless. I mean, give it a try. Let us know. Obviously, sometimes there can be standard delays, but that is nothing to do with us. Sometimes the delivery guy just can't find your door because you're living in an apartment or something, right? But that's
Sure.
just
Yeah.
how it would be, if you order from them. But
So
yeah,
as far
more or
as
less works pretty fast.
So
Sorry,
as
go
far as
ahead.
the updates, like the actual your order's been picked up, it's on the way. Are these notifications that come from the app, or does it just send it to your phone number? Like I think Grubhub normally actually sends you both an app notification and the phone number. But do you know how you receive those updates? The
It
status?
would be it'd be through your phone number.
All right, so you just get an SMS message letting you know what's going on. Okay.
And just like you have with retail, do you have a standard way to report an issue with an order? Something got forgotten, someone swiped your fries, that sort of thing.
Ed, are you afraid of your fries being swiped?
Happens all the time here. I don't have a problem in the US.
I complain about my DoorDash order more than I
Yeah.
it happens
Oh,
all the
that
time.
boy.
They forget to put.
Yeah.
Of course, this isn't the delivery person's problem; it's the restaurant. But a lot of times they just forget to put something in there, and you're like, "I paid money for this." Like,
where's the ketchup, right?
and our takeout apps in the UK anyway, you process the problem through the app quite a lot of the time. So if there's a fault with the delivery rather than picking up directly from the restaurant, they see you have to raise it with them to get the money back rather than the restaurant. So I just wondered whether InnoSearch, like it does with retail, has a way to do that on takeout, or whether it kind of works differently.
Yeah, the way we do it now is, again, just through the support email. So you would communicate whatever issue you have, and then we would route it to them.
oh no! So you guys get emails like, "My food was cold. I ordered extra crispy." Not original.
Well, surprisingly, a lot of people don't complain that much. I would say maybe only 5-10%. Yeah, most people, I mean,
That's
it works well, and they're pretty happy most of the time. Obviously, you'll get somebody that's just really challenging and a pain, but you know,
Yeah, that happens.
you can get that anywhere. But
Exactly.
I'm sorry about that. I rang you to apologise, though, didn't I? So I think we've sorted that.
Patrick, tell me something. So, for example, someone complains, so John orders or Ed orders, and the ketchup is not there, for example, and he has paid for an extra ketchup or whatever the case may be. If they email you, for example, does it automatically get sent to the restaurant, or do you actually have to respond to it and talk to the restaurant on behalf of John or Ed? How does that work? Because I'm thinking of different time zones, for example. Good thing you're on the Pacific time zone. But let's say if you were on Eastern time zone and I've ordered food at like 11 p.m. my time here in the Pacific Northwest, and let's say you are on the East Coast, you're sound asleep. How would this one work?
oh, our team is 24/7. We have people working graveyard.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. That makes sense.
our team
Because
never
I'm kind of
sleeps.
wondering, how do you manage that? You know.
Yeah, and I think it's just a transaction with Grubhub. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like they're not going to actually contact each and every restaurant. I think Grubhub just has a way built into their own system that when somebody says I didn't get my fries, then they refund you $2 or whatever, and then they decide whether or not they're going to take it up with the restaurant later.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a process within Grubhub to resolve whatever complaints. But again, the complaints are pretty rare. I mean, obviously you get some problem cases here and there, but it's pretty, yeah, we actually don't get too many of those, maybe like 5-10% of the time. I mean, if it was huge, like 50 or 60%, that would be terrible. Just a lot of work on our side, but it's, yeah, not too bad, luckily.
And the sorts of stuff, it's the quantity issues, not the quality issues, isn't it? Like quality, you leave a review. Quantity of the things you raise, aren't they? You know, it's the wrong thing, it's the small thing, it's the not there thing. Those are the ones that need to get resolved through this sort of mechanism, aren't they?
Yep.
Well, Patrick, sounds like things are moving apace. We'll all, as will listeners, I'm sure, send you views on the app, and yeah, keep on keeping on innovating, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And really appreciate everybody getting together and giving us the opportunity to share. I mean, we really appreciate everybody at the Blind Android Users Group. All your feedback definitely we will take that into account and hopefully deliver something that everybody loves. And at the end of the day, you know, we want to build a more independent web, right? We want to make it so that everything is accessible, equal access for all. So thank you again for the opportunity to share with your community.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And you know what? I'm going to push this through again next year in January when we have our open listener session and developer session. We want you guys to come and interact with our listeners. That's something we're looking forward to. Sorry, I couldn't get hold of you this last time, and it's probably my fault because I totally forgot about that. But definitely, I'll be sending that invitation for January of next year for you to come and party with our listeners.
Oh yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, you know where to find me. You know my email, and so yeah, absolutely, we're excited to be there.
Patrick, thank you.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much.
All right, catch you later now.
Up next is the App of the Week segment. This is a segment dedicated to app demonstrations. Should you have an app that you would like to demonstrate for our listeners, feel free to send us the recording of such an app demo to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. And now for this week's episode, here's your App of the Week.
And we conclude this week with an app of the week, and it's another one from the OpenAI stable. Warren will show us Sora by OpenAI, where you can generate videos just from text descriptions.
Hi, Warren here from Blind Android Users Podcast, and as we continue with our App of the Week series for episode 257 App of the Week, I'm demonstrating an app from OpenAI simply called Sora, S-O-R-A. This is a video generating app that you simply provide the text for what you want to generate for, and it will generate an AI generated video clip for you. For today's episode, I'm using my Galaxy S23 Plus, running One UI 8 and Android Accessibility 16.1. I am on that home page that is the play page of Sora, and now we'll navigate though to the About. Let's listen to the description of the app, and then I'll come back and we'll tap on the Open because I've already installed the app. And now let's navigate though to the About.
About this app. Heading. Google Play Store. Sora by OpenAI. Details. A video app from OpenAI, AI video generation by the maker of ChatGPT. Turn your ideas into videos and drop yourself into the action. Sora is a new kind of creative app that turns text prompts and images into hyper-real videos with sound using the latest advancements from OpenAI. A single sentence can unfold into a cinematic scene, an anime short, a remix of a friend's video. If you can write it, you can see it, remix it, and share it. Turn your words into worlds with Sora. Explore, play, and share your imagination in a community built for experimentation. What's possible with Sora? Create videos in seconds. Start with a prompt or image and Sora generates a complete video with audio inspired by your imagination. Collaborate and play. Cast yourself or your friends in videos. Remix challenges and trends as they evolve. Choose your style. Make it cinematic, animated, photorealistic, cartoon, or entirely surreal. Remix and make it yours. Take someone else's creation and put your spin on it. Swap characters, change the vibe, add new scenes, or extend the story. Find your community. Community features make it easy to share your creations and see what others are making. Terms of use and privacy policy. https://openai.com/policies/terms-of-use. https://openai.com/policies/privacy-policy. App info. Version 1.2025.308. Updated on November 4, 2025. Downloads 500,000 plus downloads. Required OS Android 6.0 and up. In-app purchases $4 per item. Offered by OpenAI. Released on November 4, 2025.
And that's both the description of the app. As you can see, this is a very young app that just dropped on the Play Store for the first week of November or the week of November the 4th. And I am going back now to that installation page. And as I indicated, I'll simply be tapping on that Open because I already have it installed. Let's go back to Open.
Play Store. About this app. Heading.
Before I tap on that Open, though, I do want to mention here in passing that there are a few accessibility issues. People have reported the fact that they were unable to choose the birthday field and all of that. I did not, however, find that when I was setting mine up. I do also want to mention that this is only available in a few countries, for example, in the US, Canada, and some other countries, and it may not be in your country. I now want to talk about the setup process. In other words, after you finish the installation and you tap on the app, then it asks you as to whether you want to sign in with an email. You could sign in with Google or Apple. I chose to sign in with my Google account. Upon using your Google account or whatever you use, then you are taken to some screens and where you could choose your birthday. And I've heard that people were having problems with it. I didn't have any problems choosing my birthday. For example, when I got to the field that says birthday, spin, box, or whatever, tapping there pops up the keyboard and all I do is type in the month. Upon finishing typing the month, it automatically moves down to the date field, and after typing in the date, it automatically now moves on to the year field. And in here, I type in the year, and once I'm done typing the year, then you tap on Continue. Next, you come to a screen where you could choose a cameo. You could decide to record your own, create your own cameo, or you could choose from pre-made cameos that you could use. The next screen, though, will present you with some tabs and all of that. So now I'm going to launch the app But the problem is that when I launch it, you're going to hear some noise because it automatically will place me though in the feed tab, like the home tab, and you'll hear some noises because that's where some videos or whatever are located. But there are some tabs there at the bottom. There are like 5 tabs. There's that feed, and then I think there's a search, there's a create, there's notifications, and there's a profile. I'll now open that and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Button. Open. Search. Tab. Selected. Search. Tab.
I decided to tab on the search tab because if I didn't, you'll be hearing a lot of noises. So once you are in that
Feed. Tab.
feed tab, which is the first one, you'll be hearing those noises. Different videos will be playing. I don't want Google to flag me down for copyright. So at the bottom, we got those tabs. At the very top, since I'm in the search field, you'll hear
Edit box. Search.
there's a search field, and moving to the right,
Selected. Top videos. Tab.
you'll be searching top videos, and there's a tab next to that,
Leaderboard. Tab.
leaderboard. Those are the stuff you find near the top. Now, I don't want to tap on that home feed because then we'll start hearing some noises. So let's go back down to the bottom and start from the tab
Feed.
at the very
Tab.
bottom left. So you got the feed tab, and to the right,
Selected. Search.
search,
Tab.
and to the right of that
Create. Button.
is create. This is where you could tap and just simply type in the text that it would use to generate that video for you. Next,
Notifications. 6.
we got the
Tab.
notifications tab, and the last tab here at the bottom right
Profile. Tab.
is the profile tab. This is where you'll find things like settings and all of that. Now, before we get to the creation of a video clip, let's go ahead though and tap on that profile, the tab I'm sitting on right now. So I'll now tap here to activate my profile.
Selected. Profile. Tab.
Tapping on the profile tab and starting from the very top left corner, here are the items that we encounter.
Invites. Button.
We have invites there at the top left corner. Moving right,
Android Evangelist.
there's my username because it's going to ask you for your username during the account creation and all of that. And then moving right,
Open settings. Button.
we have the open settings there on the top right corner. Moving on down in the middle of the phone, we got,
Button. Edit profile photo.
if you have a cameo or photo, it'll be showing there, and there's an edit your picture, and below that would be your username or name.
Warren card.
And now moving on down,
0.
we have some item here. We got 3 of them. The first one on the left, it says 0, but below it is a label
Cameos.
that says cameos. Now, if I have any cameos, it would have told me the number of cameos that I have. Right now, it says 0. Now, moving your finger to the right, or if you swipe right,
0.
and below it is a label,
Likes.
those are your likes. And the last item here, which is like a tab, is also,
0. Followers. Button.
and there is the 0 followers. If you have any followers, you'll see the number of followers here. And those are the 3 tabs there. Now, moving on down and starting from below that cameos, we got
Share. Button.
share there on the left, and to the right of that
Create cameo. Button.
is a create cameo. Now, moving on down from here, we got 3 tabs on the left, and by default, we got
Selected. Posts. Tab.
posts is selected by default, and if there are any posts that you have made, they will be below here. The next tab to the right of that would be,
Cameos. Tab.
and if you tap there and you have any cameos, you'll see those cameos. And the last tab here on the right
Like. Tab.
is what you have liked. And at the bottom, you have those tabs that I talked about earlier on. That is the feed, the search, create, and all of that. Now let's go back though to the top right corner, tap on that open settings, and take a look at the settings.
Open settings. Button.
And I tap.
Navigate up button.
Tapping on settings, here are the items we encounter.
Account. Manage at Android Evangelist and Profile.
That's your account. Below that,
Cameos.
there's the cameos. In other words, if you tap here, it will open your camera. It doesn't open it right away. Take about like 5 or 6 seconds where you could create your cameo. And about that cameo creation, one thing I want to mention here in passing, that as a blind person, if you're going to create one, you want to make sure that you have a headset on because it has some number or numbers on the screen that it would like you to read as it is creating your cameo. You don't want to have your speaker on, then it's going to be some confusion. It uses your front camera, and you want to be sure to use a headset so that you'll be able to read those numbers and read those back to it so that it will create your own cameo. I tried it by simply saying one of the numbers it showed, and then I stopped and it started creating my cameo. Got to like 87% and I just canceled. But so keep that in mind. If you're going to be creating yours, be sure to wear a headset. Next, let's move on down.
Notifications.
Here's notifications. Next.
Data controls.
Next.
Parental controls.
Next.
About.
We encounter about. Next.
Help center.
Next.
Terms of use.
Next.
Privacy policy.
Next.
Version code. 2,530,800.
And the last item.
App version. 1.2025.308.
There we go. I'm going to go back.
Search. Tab.
Now, before I bring this to a close, let's go ahead and tap on that create. In other words, we want to generate an AI-powered video clip using text.
Create. Button.
Here's that create there, the third button from the bottom left.
Close. Showing English.
Upon tapping on create, it pops up the keyboard, but near the top we got the following information.
Create video.
And below that you have cameos of people that are verified. You could use that if you want. We got things like
add cameo for Jake Paul. Button.
Next, going right.
User is verified. Image.
Going right.
Add cameo for Ricky Berwick. Button.
Next.
User is verified. Image.
Next.
Add cameo for Sam Altman. Button.
The creator of the OpenAI himself there, Sam Altman.
User is verified. Image.
Next.
Add cameo for Steak. Button.
So you could choose any of those. Or if you have yours, it will also be here that you could use. And at the bottom, above the keyboard.
Editing edit box. Describe new video. Use voice typing.
2 dogs out on a hunt for food for the winter period. The 2 dogs found a deer, and were able to catch that deer, period. They took the deer to their little hut, and there, stored it for the winter period.
Voice input stopped.
I just double tap to stop the voice dictation, and I'll put my finger down to see if I got my voice dictation in there correct.
Editing. 2 dogs out on a hunt for food for the winter. The 2 dogs found a deer and were able to catch that deer. They took the deer to their little hut and there, stored for the winter. Edit box, Windows Sora.
That's what I just typed, and at the bottom I could tap on Done.
Done. Keyboard hidden. Sora. Create. But.
And now that we have finished that creation, it automatically brings us back to the profile. And here it is processing in the background. It is creating the video. And here below that.
Selected. Posts. Tab.
Below that is
Drafts.
Drafts. And once we tap here,
76%.
we will find what we have created. That is the video that was created from what I just voice dictated earlier. But as you can hear, the creation is going
76%.
on. And
83%.
I'm going to wait until it's done, and then I'll tap on that drafts to see what we have. If I go ahead and tap on that drafts anyway.
Drafts. Navigate up. Button.
And putting my finger down.
Generating.
It
Media
says
control.
Generating.
90%. Progress bar.
And it tells you the percentage. So you have to wait and be patient. I will pause the recording until it's done with the video generation. Then let's now look at, we'll come back here at what we have and tap
Drafts.
on
1.
drafts. It says
Navigate
drafts
up
1.
button.
That means our draft has been created. And here you'll find
New.
and to the right of that
Delete draft button.
is delete the draft. I want to tap
New.
on new so we'll hear what my generation sounds like. That is what was generated.
Edit video button.
Winter was coming fast, and the pack was only too strong. They hunted for days until the forest finally offered up its price. Swift, silent, relentless, together they brought the winter was coming fast, and the pack was only too strong. They hunted for days until the forest finally offered up its price. Swift, silent, relentless, together they brought the winter.
As you can hear, it repeats that little clip over and over. And I do want to mention that while you are here, you don't have so many items. For example, I'm looking for something like shear. There was a shear back there, but not on here while once it's playing.
More actions.
You got
button.
more actions. And
Pop-up
tapping
window.
on more
Save to
options,
device.
you got save to device.
Delete.
And delete. That's all we have. And moving on down below, more options.
Edit caption. 2 dogs out on a hunt for food for the winter. The 2 dogs found a deer and were able to catch that deer. They took the deer to their little hut and there stored for the winter.
In other words, you could tap here to change the caption and basically recreating the video. And below that
Edit video button.
is the edit video. And the last item at the very bottom is
Post button.
post. And that's what we have. I'll now go back.
Navigate up button.
And with that, though, I come to the end of this demonstration. And as always, if you like what we're doing, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. And as always, thanks for listening and look forward to seeing you in another app of the week. Thanks for listening.
Karine, you like a bit of AI? Have you ever used Sora?
No, not yet actually, because I was too busy. But I'm planning to give it a try. But actually, I'm not too much into video generation from AI. I'm more into description stuff. But it's an interesting idea, especially to try to see what's the difference between what Google is offering and what OpenAI is offering, because Google is also having its own video generation service. So what about comparing them, Warren?
That's a good idea. I haven't compared them because I haven't done one with Gemini, to be honest. So that's a true confession. But if you're going to try this, I would suggest that in the text plot description, put in there, Warren is waiting for Karen at a restaurant and she never showed up.
That's because she knew you weren't going to pay.
This is a challenge. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'll show you the results.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. Would I be pissed off or how would I be feeling? I'm looking forward to that.
You will keep waiting, and you will always be patient.
I hope I am, because I don't want to be dissed by a girl and I'll be a little bit upset, but then I'll try to pretend to be a good guy.
John or Sally, have you played with it?
Well, no, really, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I think I will. I was aware it existed, but I haven't done much with it. So I think I'll go and have a little play later on and see what it can do.
I hope it's not going to
I'm
be
gonna
any.
guess it's gonna have something to do with cheeks.
Yeah, I
think
was
it
about
should
to
have
say
something to
that.
do with cheeks.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
we
guys, you guys are giving Ed the wrong idea here. you know.
Oh, he already had that idea. That's all he's been
has
thinking
it.
about
Oh,
since
boy.
he heard about this thing.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
All good things must end. Thus, it's curtain drawing time, bringing us to the close of this week's episode. Coming up, though, we give you information on how to get hold of us.
Well, that's it for this week, everyone. John, how can people get in touch with us?
To contact us, simply send an email to contactus@blindandroidusers.com. If you'd prefer, you can leave a voicemail by calling +1 307 202 9797. You can join our mailing list by sending a blank email to blindandroidusers+subscribe@groups.io. You can join our Facebook and Telegram groups or subscribe to our YouTube channel using the links in the podcast show notes or YouTube video description. And you can find all of this information and more at our website, blindandroidusers.com.
Well, that's it, everybody. Say goodbye to the nice people.
We want to say bye to all of you guys, whether you're nice or not. Thanks for listening to us and looking forward to seeing you guys next week. From me is goodbye. And as always, keep them home fires burning.
Have a great week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Have a good week.
Thank you for listening. Have a great week.
Have great weeks. Don't forget to pull cheeks. See you
Yay.
next week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Blind Android Users Podcast. Until we see you next week, don't forget to leave us your comments and suggestions via our email contact or using any of our social media sites. Have a great week.